Welcome to our selector's assignment. The patient is entering the overport clinic. As you can see that the ramp is actually very steep and she needed extra assistance to go down this ramp. And then she made her way to the entrance. As you can see, there's a ramp. She's very spacious, and the patient was able to move freely and didn't have any difficulties. And on her way to enter inside the clinic, she didn't really experience much difficulties. There was enough space for the patient to enter, and yes, she didn't struggle with anything. And then she had to go and fetch her files. You can see there's enough space in the clinic and she can move around freely, and she was assisted by the nurse and they were able to communicate well. The patient was well accommodated, and then after this the patient would need to go to the line. So let's see how she manages to be in line with other people. And then the patient, as you can see, there's enough space. There are also chairs for other patients that will be there. And you can see she's waiting on the line for her vitals to be taken. This is her making her way to the vital station. And as you can see, the room is actually very small, but she was able to be accommodated, and they took her blood pressure and other vital signs. We actually had trouble taking her weight because, as you will see, they only have this weight measurement that needs the patient to be standing up, and our patient could not. And then she had to make her way out of the vitals area and go back to the line again. And then now she's entering her consultation. As you can see, she's speaking to the nurse, and you can see that the room is spacious, easily accessible, and she was well accommodated, and she was able to communicate well with the nurse. She was able to take care of her medication, and then she had to take the file back to the nurse. And even with that, she didn't have any trouble accessing that. And then the patient asked to go to the bathroom, so we had one of our nurses show her to the bathroom, and then she was able to access the bathroom quite well. There's a ramp, and they have a bathroom for paraplegic people, and then she was able to access it well. As you can see, she was able to enter into the toilet area, bathroom, and then she struggled a bit when it came to positioning herself, but she was able to position herself well, but she still struggled and required some assistance from someone else in terms of moving from the wheelchair to the toilet seat. But finally she was able to do that with the assistance, and she also we gave her some privacy. And then after that, she was able to move back to the chair without much struggle even. Then she was able to access the dispenser to wash her hands, and was able to take her things and leave the toilet area. As you can see, it's actually accessible. And then she had to leave the facility, very spacious. And then on her way out, she needed assistance as well. We have already spoken about it. It's actually very steep. You can see that even the person that is helping her is really struggling to push her up the ramp. And yes, that's when the patient had to take their